This morning, President Putin beginning another 6 years in power after an election that saw dye poured into ballot boxes, arson attacks and drone strikes Russia blamed on Ukraine. Putin won the biggest victory of his leadership, Russian officials say, after years of crushing opposition leaders like Alexei Navalny and Boris Nadezhdin, who told us he voted by writing his initials on the ballot. NBC News was the first international news organization to question the Russian leader after the election. Mr. President, journalist Evan Gershkovich spent this election in prison. Boris Nadezhdin, who opposes your war in Ukraine, wasn't allowed to stand against you. And Alexei Navalny died in one of your prisons during your campaign. Mr. President, is this what you call democracy? That's life, Putin said, and in his answer suggested he had agreed to release Navalny on the condition he never returned to Russia. Days later, his outspoken opponent was dead, Putin said. His widow, Yulia, joined a protest in Berlin Sunday as Russians demonstrated at polling stations by simply standing in line.
There could be no any negotiations and nothing with Mr. Putin because he is a killer, he is a gangster.
The Kremlin's spokesman rejecting criticism of the election. Alexei Navalny's widow is calling on leaders around the world not to accept this election.
Well, you know, those are people who get themselves deprived of their motherland, and they're staying abroad. The longer they stay abroad,
her husband died in
the longer they stay abroad, the longer they stay abroad, the less connection they have with their own country.